Greetings, fellow investigators, and welcome back to our video podcast, Into the Darkness, where my friends and I play the Call of Cthulhu role-playing game. I'm your host, Tom Rayleigh. A quote from Shakespeare: "Life is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing." Our Delta Green scenario is entitled Lover in the Ice, and this is episode 8. It was written by Caleb Stokes. I'm your game master, and the recap will be given by Lucas Glasshauer in the voice of his character, Agent Belladonna. That being said, the players are ready. Let's begin our journey into the darkness. Lucas?
Thank you. Excuse me. I think I may have played myself the fool with the taking on of Delta Green. Back when I was still in the Navy Medical Corps, I was stationed on a small island in the South Pacific. I was on my morning jog, and as I rounded a rocky bend around the ocean shore, I was awestruck in immediate terror at the creature I found lying half in and half out of the water, its blood mucking the crystal clear waters. It was as big as a man, like a cross of a human and fish, bulbous eyes, sharp teeth, and webbed hands and feet. Slick green skin and the smell of fish and ocean. It was a marvelous thing, so alien in nature. It was wounded terribly and seemed just as scared as I was. Possibly a shark attack or something, but the creature was hurt badly. I made motions for it to stay calm, and I ran back and returned with a med kit. And after some miming, I convinced it to let me help it. After a couple of days of checking, it was safe to go back into the ocean. Life maintained, and never a hostile moment between us. And then, a few days later, Delta Green gave me a call. I thought, through Delta Green, I would meet more benign creatures one day. Foolishly, I was half right. I have now met other aliens, but all to the extreme opposite of benign. I have played the fool. After the basement disaster, all of us Delta Green agents went upstairs to cleared the ground floor. Dog food bowls were found, but like their masters, no living creature breathed in this house. The smell of rotten meat pervaded our nostrils as we ventured further in. Then we stalked to the top floor, finding 2 bedrooms at the east and west end. Officer Filigree, Chemist, and I took the east, while Corky, Nye, and Curly took the west end. Corky, Nye, and Curly found a bedroom with a computer, cell phone, and most disturbingly, a large clay statue of the thing we encountered in the basement. Huge muscular arms and a humongous phallus. The face is a gaping mouth with teeth, no eyes, and huge bat-like ears. It appeared to have been freshly made of clay, a large idol. In addition, they found a straight razor with traces of blood in the bathroom. More violence, although possibly self-inflicted like Jonah, the corpse from the morgue. The other 3 of us go into our room and find a mess of the yellow one and bloody gore on the bed and floor. There are water paintings of the penis-like monster on the south wall. In the pool of coagulated goop is a body of what appears to be an old, vagrant man. He has a similar living, writhing bulge in his belly, like that of the landlord lady from the basement. After only a moment, it burst forth and it attacked us. I got a shot off, along with Chemist, but Filigree wisely dodged backwards. The thing grabbed and wrestled me to the ground. It seemed to want to, for lack of a better word, violate my face with its phallus, and its claws ripped at my shoulders. Filigree went a little crazy and ran from the room and downstairs, yelling for Mama. Mama! I don't know. We weren't able to really keep track of that during the struggle. But after the brief and terrifying struggle, Corky shoots it and it rolls off. Nye wounds it badly with his gun. I grabbed my gun and shot, but with my bleeding shoulders and prone position, I missed. Chemist hit it next, and finally Curly shot it dead as it tried to escape for the window. And as the phallus section of the creature tried to detach itself and crawl away, Nye ended it with a smoking barrel. Filigree ran to the basement looking for his mother. But after a few moments, his mind cleared and he returned to us. A little temporary insanity, but he's all the closer to becoming a Delta Green agent like the rest of us. Next, the messy cleanup began, and twilight was upon us. I chose to clean up while the others surmised the gruesome scene around us. In the closet of this room, they found an attic door ajar. Nye pulled down the ladder and climbed up. He found a nest of sorts with the canine bones as leftovers from a meal. The creature that had occupied it was gone. While the rest of us decided how to perform a cover-up for the scene, Filigree went out for fresh air and searched the perimeter. He found 2 sets of footprints that led down the block into another house, and he came back to let us know. Corky inspected the laptop, and he found that there was a file of one of the 2 women residents, and it showed videos of the 2 women residents doing various making out with each other, sexual things, and with each other by themselves, and then finally bringing the vagrant man into the orgy with them. And next, they ejaculated, if I may be so bold, the phallus creatures from their mouths to attack the vagrant. It's hard for me to say this, but it's true. The things pumped in and out on him until he was dead. I can't say it any better and clearer than that. We find out the names of the women roommates are Melody Farthing and Tilda Hastings. Chemist listened to the voicemails on the phone. One was from Pamela, the dead landlord in the basement, saying she was coming over to fix the pipes, and instead she was fixed. The second is some college dude named Chad, inviting the ladies over to a party this very night at La Fontaine College at McPhillians Hall. We made the plan to burn the bodies outside, bleach the inside, take the pictures of the statues and the paintings, and then destroy them after taking all the samples we wanted. We wrapped the creatures up and threw them in our SUV. Filigree and I went to Pamela's house down the block to check out while the others finished the cleanup. We went in and found 2 bodies, a man and a boy. We thought they would be Pamela's husband and son, respectively. They had been partially cannibalized. We find the man's cell phone, and listening to his voicemail, we found that he fell for a ploy. That Tilda and Melody asked him for his address, saying that his wife had forgot her toolbox and they would come and get it. The old ruse. Anyway, lying in the man's hands was a crumpled flyer that said, "Food, shelter, and cots are available at Truman Memorial High School, only a few blocks away." Just before we left, we heard the dragging sound from the attic. So Filigree stayed put while I busted my ass back to the others. And actually, I did fall and bust my ass, legitimately. But I got the others, and we all came back. Filigree took one end of the house while I took the other. The other 4 went into the attic to flush it out. Corky tossed up a shoe. It distracted the monster, and he fired at it while he leapt back. It scared the creature. The rest all missed with their shots, and it burst out one of the gables at the end of the house. It was on my end, of course. I used my flashlight to hone on it. I fired, and I struck true into what would be its chest, I suppose. The creature leapt up into the nearest tree. My comrades joined me, and we surrounded the tree, and thankfully Corky fired the fatal shot to bring it to the ground. It was about a third bigger than the other 2. It was huge. And now, here we stand in the cold of night with the body, this Alamante en el Hielo, or the lever in the ice, as I'll nickname it, and these 2 women as incubators loose in the night. We will go to the high school as FEMA agents and the police officer with masks, looking for these 2 infected people. This is our plan now. It is time for all of us to stop playing the fool. It is time to end this tonight.
All right. Your move. You're muted.
Well, I assume we're all standing outside the Deckisher house. I know my cruiser's there. I'll assume their SUV is there. And we're just going to kind of get loaded up and go to the Truman Memorial High School. That's the next step in the plan.
Okay. Everyone agree?
Yeah, let's go to the high school.
All right.
I think we may have said it off camera at the end of the last episode. But there was talk of they're sensitive to noise. So is there like a radio or a boombox in any of these houses that we could grab or no?
Do a luck roll.
37 pass.
Yeah, let's say that when you were looking in the Decatur house, the son's room, he had a kind of a boombox. Okay, you got it.
Cool.
That's a good idea. I was thinking maybe since they're sensitive to sound, we can create some sort of feedback which might distract it a bit further.
I was just about to say that. Is there any way that we can make like a
I
feedback?
could probably rig something together on the way there. If we have any
very useful.
What do you want this thing to do? Like
sort of
if
what
it's-
I'm thinking.
right, good.
Okay. So what I was thinking is having sort of, where like the feedback from like, when a microphone gets too close to like the speaker, kind of like that.
The idea here is if this thing charges at us, or if these two women charge at us, we can have a loud feedback. Maybe it will distract them long enough for us to get the upper hand.
okay.
Specifically,
Yeah,
if these creatures are like really sensitive to sounds, high piercing sound.
And also, aren't they very sensitive to cold? Why not?
Yeah.
Dr. Nye, Bill Nye, do a what would we have, like an electronics roll?
Mechanics.
Mechanics? Yeah, see if you can, as you're driving, if you could fiddle around with the electronics and make it cause a feedback. A high-pitched squeal or a...
I also have a cruiser siren too.
What about a fire extinguisher, a CO2 fire extinguisher? They're quite cold, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Might be able to find one in the school when we get in.
Yeah, there's probably several in the school.
Even a fire hose if we need to knock them
I
down.
think they're the black ones, aren't they? The CO2.
I did not pass. I got a 94.
Okay, so you're fiddling around with it, but you don't know if you're going to be able to get it to do.
Here, why not? Why could I try?
Well, he's already taken part of it apart and kind of screwed it up. You can try, but I'd like you to do a mechanical, but with a penalty dice.
Okay.
Do it.
Okay. Yeah, I fail that one, even
Okay.
with the highest thing. So
If it were the high school or the college, couldn't we just put
Like a PA system.
put a CD on the PA system, like play some I don't know what
Metallica.
children listen to these days? Yeah,
I'll check if
Metallica
people still listen to Metallica.
or Deicide or whatever it is that children listen to these days.
If you had a PA system and there was a speaker in the room, all you have to do is hold the microphone up near the speaker, and that would
Yeah.
be back.
And just do a human beatbox.
The place I'm at used to be that way.
All right. So you guys are talking about this. You're pulling into the parking lot of the Truman Memorial High School. You can see that the auditorium, the gymnasium, is most likely where everybody is. Interestingly enough, though, you do see some people outside smoking, but it doesn't look like the lights are on. There are a few people sitting outside at tables in the cold, smoking, but they've got lanterns.
Okay. Well, I mean, from our understanding, these creatures don't like the cold, so I don't know.
Lights on though. There's a whole bunch of people. Maybe.
How many people are out here?
Oh, maybe 3 people sitting out on it next to a table, and it looks like they're in jackets. They're not, and the door is not open, but it's not locked. It's not.
It's a jar.
It's slightly ajar so that they can get in and out.
All right. Well, let's take a quick look in here. Give it a quick look, and then we'll head to the college.
Okay,
Right.
so you're walking up.
I'll take the lead on this because they
Yeah.
probably have someone at the door who's checking people in because they need to really have accountability when people are, so everybody's accounted for. So maybe
Right.
I know the person at the front desk, or maybe they know me or they recognize the uniform. It might just help things go a little bit. I mean, we're specifically looking for 2 people.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I mean, I'll definitely give you the lead.
Filigree, why don't you do a luck roll?
All right. 31.
Okay. Is
Yeah.
that a regular or a hard or a...
It's 50-50, isn't it?
Oh, it's 50-50,
It's
you're right.
50-50.
With Delta Green, yeah.
31. Okay. As you go up, there is somebody, one of the people who's smoking recognizes you. I mean, they don't know you really well, but they've seen you before. They've probably spoken to you maybe once or twice when something happened at their house. It was a domestic disturbance or something like that. And they're sitting there smoking. And the 3 that are sitting there, I mean, they see you all. They're all staring at you because it's like you're a bunch of people all coming up with a police officer in the front. You're wearing your uniform, so.
Yeah.
All right.
So I'll just I'll recognize him, and I'll just tip my hat and just say, hey, do you know who's in charge of checking people into the building here?
Yeah. Perry Donovan. He's at a table just inside the door.
Oh, okay. I know Perry. Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right.
So we'll go in and I'll head for the table where Perry is.
Well, when you step inside the gymnasium, the lights are turned off.
Okay.
You can see, however, people have lanterns. There are probably at least 50 people in here. There are cots, and just inside the door to the right, Perry is sitting there. Actually, he's kind of relaxing at the moment, but he's got a pad with names written on it and all that.
Right.
And he sees you, and he's like, "Oh, geez, what the hell's going on?"
Hey, Perry, it's Eli. How you doing?
Oh, it is warm. It's not overly warm, but it's warm.
Right. But we would kind of expect there to be a difference in temperatures considering how cold it is outside.
Right.
Yeah.
So this was
So
gymnasium?
warm is relative.
This is the gymnasium.
Right.
Yeah, it's a big place. It'd be hard to heat up to.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Hey, officer, what? Filigree, that's you?
Yeah. Hey, Perry. Hey.
What's going on?
Hey, do you have a list of people who have checked in here?
Yeah. Why? You looking for somebody?
Yeah, I'm looking for Tilda and Melody. Them 2 girls. You may not know them, but Melody Farthing and Tilda Hastings. Can you check your list for them, please?
Yeah, give me a second. No, I don't see anybody by that name.
No. No, I got some FEMA agents with me, and but they just want to take a look around. We're looking for these 2 because we think they might have caught something.
Well,
so we're just trying to look for. We're looking for them.
You can look around, all you like. The lights are turned off just because we're trying to conserve electricity. We got generators in the back that are generating the power, and kind of limited on the resources that we have. But
yeah, I understand.
At least we can heat the building.
Yeah, we don't want to rile people up too much. But if you don't mind, we're just going to take a quick lap through here. We got flashlights. We'll try to keep it low key.
Sure.
And we're just going to look for them, and nothing to get riled up about. We'll just walk around, and then we'll try not to rile too many people up.
Sure.
All right. Thank you, Perry. I appreciate it.
All right.
So I'm just going to turn back to the group. They've heard what I've said. And, we'll just, I assume there's either a center aisle or we can go down the sides. Now, here's something. Do we know what these women look like? Well, we've seen them on videotape. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So we know exactly who we're looking for.
Some of us seen the videotape, though. Have we all? or what we've been maybe described what they look like by
Well, you
whoever
were
watched the
you were
video?
all there, so you've probably all looked.
Right.
Okay.
So, you know, just
Split up.
I just kind of reinforced, you know, low key, you know, let's not get people riled up. Let's not get people, you know, agitated.
Yeah.
If they're not here, they're not here. We'll head over to the college at McFillican's Hall, and we'll go from there. But let's just
Okay.
take a quick look through.
Well, the gymnasium is arranged. They've arranged 5 rows of 10 people, 10 cots, and most of them are occupied. There are men, women, children. Now, this is not just a single room. There's obviously doors leading to restrooms, doors leading to hallways in the school, things like that. Now, nobody's going in that direction, but of course there are bathrooms and things like that.
Right. Now, they're not using the entire school as a
No.
shelter, just
No,
the
just the
gymnasium.
gymnasium. The gymnasium itself on the inside is probably about, I don't know, what would you say, 60 feet high? That's about normal
You know,
At least.
for a high school gym.
right.
And
Your normal basketball-sized gymnasium.
and everything above, 10 or 15 feet is in shadows. You can't, it's
Right.
dark
Okay.
up there.
We should check both bathrooms. I can check the ladies.
Right.
And here's the thing: if they had a victim or two they seduced, they would probably maybe drag them off into a dark corridor or another classroom or something. So we have to be aware of that. It's a possibility anyway.
Well, let's get the gymnasium done with, and then we'll kind of maybe
Clear.
spread out after that. You know, just make the circle wider and wider.
Do we want to check the actual school as well? If they did seduce somebody, they could probably just take them off to a classroom or something.
Right.
Let's do the search, I guess.
Okay.
Okay.
So we're just going to walk up and down the aisles.
I would
We'll
like-
check. We'll check up in the darker areas as well.
I
Well, you
would
can just
like-
shine a flashlight up. There's probably banners and rafters and, whatever the hell else goes up in a gymnasium.
The
There's
bleachers.
no place to real hide, right? Because
Or
the
maybe
top's
one of
the
the
top's
students hanging from the
exposed.
wall.
Yeah, mostly there's rafters and there's
Exactly.
there's what do you call it? Like a scoreboard for
Yeah.
If the bleachers are pulled out, typically you can walk underneath them. So it depends on if the bleachers are pulled out or if they've been flattened against the wall, like a lot of schools can do.
I think that they're all flattened against the wall.
Because
Okay.
then you can fit more cots in there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, pup. Hey, doggy.
I'd like you to each do a spot hidden and a luck roll.
Okay.
All right. Spot
Search.
hidden would be search.
We'll go down the line. Corey, agent chemist, what are your scores?
I'm gonna basically just give me a second. I'll roll to see my spot hidden. So that's find my dice here.
That's search, right?
It's a search and luck.
Luck.
I passed my search or spot hidden. I'm just looking around, like looking down, kind of see if I can see any.
Okay. How about your luck roll?
My luck.
Yeah.
I got a 14, so I passed my luck.
Okay. You, as you're walking down your row, you can smell that there's. It smells like sweat. Not that unusual for a gym. You also feel a little flushed because it feels kind of hot in here. It's kind of dark where you're walking because you're over on one. We'll say you're in the farthest row over.
Yeah.
And there's a bunch of chairs and tables that have been sort of pushed over into one corner, and you end up having to sort of get down on your hands and knees and shine your flashlight around, realizing that something could pretty easily hide back in underneath there. But so far you don't see anything. It's your choice of whether you climb literally underneath the tables and stuff that are pushed over there. But we'll come back to you. All right. Agent Corky, did you pass your rolls?
I passed my search roll, but I did not pass.
I can't hear you. You're really quiet.
I passed my search roll.
Okay.
But not pass my luck roll.
Okay. As you're going along, there are a number of people in your row that are asleep under the covers. And they could be the size of the person, the two girls that you're looking for. They didn't look that big. They look like, girls, fairly thin, maybe 5'6" or 7. I don't know what's normal. Say 5'7". But they're covered up, and you can't tell if it's one of them or not, or actually whether they're really asleep or not. So we'll get back to you in a second.
Okay.
Agent Belladonna.
There you go. Okay, so here's first roll. This one will do it. I rolled 94 on my search, so nope. Rolled 26 on my luck, though.
Okay.
So I passed the luck, but failed the search.
All right. You're walking along your row, and you're pretty much convinced there's nobody in your row. There's some kids. There's some older gentlemen. There's a mom with her kid, and but you look up and you realize that the way this gym is constructed, there's actually some places up above where something could get, like where the scoreboard sort of attaches to the wall behind that. There might be some places that you could hide back there if there was something in here.
How do you get to it?
Well, there's no easy way. You'd have to get a ladder, and it would have to be like a 25 foot high ladder to get to it. But that's ahead of you. It's you're in the middle row.
I'll keep that in mind as I get down to the end.
Okay. Curly.
2 passes.
2 passes.
Nice.
Okay. As you're walking along, you see a number of people also trying to sleep. That could be about the size that you're looking for. In fact, one is a girl. She has blonde hair like Tilda, but her face is, she's sort of rolled over, so it's just her hair you can see. What do you want to do?
I'm not going to be shy about it. I'm just going to shine my flashlight right in their face.
Okay, well, her face is kind of covered up by the blanket. All you can see is her hair.
I'll tug the blanket. Excuse me, miss.
Okay. She rolls over and she looks up at you and she says, Huh? What's going on? It's not Tilda.
Okay. Sorry to disturb you.
All right. Filigree.
I passed my spot hidden with 4,
Okay.
but I did not make my luck roll at 71.
Okay. You're on the other side of the room, opposite of where Agent Chemist is, and this is where the bleachers all sort of fold up. But you realize that on the ends of the bleachers, when they're all folded up, they kind of, accordion out and back in.
Mhm.
But there are still places in that things could get into the framework and
Mhm.
hide.
Mhm.
But you don't see anybody in there or any evidence of it at this point.
So as I shine my flashlight along the edge, I'm not seeing like a little bit of blood or any sign of a scuffle or anything like that.
Nothing like that, no.
Yeah. And I have not found anyone in my row that looks like Tilda or Melody.
Not really, no.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So it sounds to me that no one has yet.
Right. Well, you're concentrating on what you're doing, so you
Yeah,
don't really know what anybody else is.
True.
Agent Chemist, what are you
Okay.
What are you going to do?
Yep, I am going to go. I'm going to go actually down on like my hands and knees down underneath the benches and stuff like that.
Okay. As you crawl underneath, it's almost like very, very quickly, it almost becomes like you're in a maze.
Okay.
Metal feet coming down, some of them too close together for you to get through. Some support bars for the tables are in your way. And you start working your way back there. I'd like you to do another luck roll.
Oh, I make my luck roll.
Okay. You work your way all the way to the back wall, and you can see that there is something lying on the ground in the corner. It almost looks like it could be a body, but you're not sure. All it is a shape, a dark bluish, shadowy sort of shape lying there in the corner.
Even if I have my flashlight on it.
Well, when you shine your flashlight, it's definitely some sort of bluish, dark bluish cloth, but it could be like the back of a windbreaker or a jacket or something like that.
Yep.
And the thing is curled up against the wall.
Okay. I'm gonna go closer.
Okay. Do another luck roll.
I make that again with a 41 out of 50.
Okay. You get all the way up to it, and it's kind of lumpy.
Okay.
What are you going to do?
You're
within reach of it.
Yeah. Do I have my radio on? And did anybody have their radio on?
Your radio?
Or something that we can get a hold of each other in case something.
Did you guys have walkie-talkies at all?
I think we had walkie-talkie.
I had one of the earpieces from the very beginning, but I don't know if anybody else did.
Yeah, I believe we all did.
All right, you've got that in your hand. Now, you push the button, it's going to make that loud beep sound.
Okay. Well, and I will slowly, get closer to see if it's
like I say, you're within reach.
okay. I will get out. I'll try and get closer to touch it.
Okay, well, you're close enough to touch it.
That's what I said. I'll touch it then.
You're going to touch it. Okay.
Phrasing.
When you touch it, you can tell there's something hard and sort of roundish underneath the what feels almost like a canvas tarp.
Okay.
But it gives a little when you push, but not like it's spongy, like you're pushing it, and it's just coming right back. It's not it's not reacting to your touch.
Okay, then I will. If it's not reacting, then I'll leave it alone then.
So what are you going to do? Climb back out?
I'm gonna climb right out, and I'm going to. As soon as I do, I'm gonna try and find the rest of.
All right. Do another luck roll.
Cocked. I fail that.
Okay. Because as you are turning around to try and work your way back out, you're kind of turning your back to this thing for a couple of seconds. We'll get back to you in a moment.
Oh crap!
Agent Corky.
Batter up.
Yes.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to just I'm going to shine my flashlight about.
Okay.
See if I can get a better view of anyone. I'm not convinced that the people we're looking for are going to be hiding by sleeping in cots.
You have reached the end of your row, and you're probably the closest one at this point to the bathroom doors. But you haven't seen anything really, except for the people covered up.
Okay.
Like you say, you don't think they're...
Well, I'll go and have a look at the men's room. I'll wait for Belladonna before checking out the women's bathroom, because I don't want to go in there on my own. I mean, that could be misconstrued.
Okay.
I don't want to be having to explain to people that I'm not there for some sort of nefarious reason.
Okay.
So I'll just do the men's for now.
But you said you're going to wait for Belladonna?
To do the women's, yeah.
Okay. But you're going to go into the men's.
Yes.
All right. Get back to you. Who's next? Nye.
Yeah, I didn't pass either one of my roles.
Okay. Did we do you already? No, we didn't do you yet. All right. What are you doing? The others are going up and down the rows.
Yeah, I'm looking around the other side of the gymnasium where this is Agent Curley. So I'm on the other end.
Okay.
Where Agent Curley was. And I'm pretty much doing the same thing, like looking.
We'll say that you're heading over towards the doors that lead into the rest of the school.
Mm-hmm.
There are actually 4 doors, all on the same wall. They can all be opened so that, the kids can come in and out en masse. They're all closed, and 2 of them are locked, but the other 2 are open. And when you look through them, you can see down the hall in either direction. And it's dark and it's creepy, and there are lockers against the walls, and you don't see any people in there. And in fact, as you open those and look in there, one of the people who's sitting on the cot, his cot right near where you are, he says, "They told us we're not supposed to go down there. That's the school."
I'll nod to him and I'll continue to look.
Okay. What do you want to do?
Well, I know that I'm waiting for the rest of the Delta Green agents to finish their initial search, and I know we were going to talk about splitting up. I did want to search the school,
Okay.
so I'll be by the door, waiting for the rest of them to finish up.
All right. Let's see. Belladonna.
Here and present.
You've reached the end of your row. What do you want to do?
Well, keeping in mind the scoreboard area that would need a ladder to climb up. So I'm thinking it must be wide enough that something could be on top of it, / behind it. But if I didn't find anything else, I thought of the bathroom thing. I would make my way over there.
Okay, you can see one of the agents standing over there waiting to go. It's Corky. Do a luck roll.
Ooh, yeah. Making them rolls. I fail 84.
Okay. Never mind. Let's see.
Oh, I don't go over there then, I guess. No.
All right, so you're heading towards where Corky is standing near the bathrooms. Let's see, who next? Curly.
I guess I reached the end of the row too. Is that?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess, do I have a fairly confidence that I've searched thoroughly enough?
Pretty much, yeah. The people in this row just don't match the descriptions.
Okay. Can I see Chemist from where I'm at?
No. In fact, he seems to have disappeared. You weren't really looking in that direction, but you look around the room, you don't see him.
Do I see the other agents?
Yes.
Okay. I guess, did I know which row he was going down?
Just by a process of elimination, it would have been the last one over there because everybody else took a row.
So I guess I'll walk towards his row to see if I can figure out where he went.
Okay. Let's see, who else? Filigree.
All right, so I guess I've reached the end of my row as well. I'm on the far side. Am I on the far side, or am I on the side nearest to where Perry and the front desk were?
You're on the side nearest to where Perry was, and you're also where the bleachers are. And it's kind of inconclusive as to whether there's anything in there. Your beam is blocked by all of the metal work going back and forth.
But if I stand on like one end of the row and just kind of look down toward the other end of the gymnasium, I mean, I'm not my field of vision isn't going to get too far, but I'm just kind of looking for something blocking the light.
Correct.
The normal.
There are a few places where you can see actually all the way down to the end.
Yeah.
But you can see that there are places in between that there would be cubbies and places where something could hide.
Right. Okay.
You can see Belladonna and Corky over getting ready to walk into the restrooms. You don't see Agent Chemist anywhere.
Okay. I guess I'll head over to the bathrooms as well. I mean, that's as good a place as any for us to kind of meet up and see if we want to start, how we want to handle the school, if we're going to go ahead and do the entire school.
Okay. Agent Chemist. As you turn around, you start to move away. Just as you start to move away, you're pretty sure that something behind you moved. And as you realize this, your foot hooks on one of the table legs, and you're convinced for a moment that something has grabbed you by the leg, at which point you decide you're going to simply stand up. And when you do, the tables that are above you, you just push them the fuck out of the way, and they make a horrible clatter, and you probably yell a little as you're convinced that something's about to grab you. And everybody else, you see this suddenly happen. You suddenly see him struggling with these tables as if he's being attacked by something.
Chemist can't die on my shift now after all this patching up.
I take out my cell phone and start recording. It's going up on YouTube.
I'm going to shine my flashlight in that direction.
Okay. You see him struggling with something, but you can see, tables are flying and chairs are collapsing as he's fighting his way out of being in this maze of tables. And it's making a hell of a noise. People are jumping up and looking over in that direction.
I'll, fast speed walk over to him.
Okay.
With one hand like under my coat by my sidearm, but not quite, not drawing it out.
Okay.
When tables attack. Ba-da-da.
Presented by Greg Edvig.
Yeah. I'm just
Finally, the tables get their revenge for all of that sitting that we do with them.
You mean
The tables
finally
are
the
turned.
tables have turned?
Yeah.
The tables have turned. Is that what it was? Yes.
I would like you to all do, I say spot hidden, but a search roll, I guess, at this point.
Yeah.
Nope.
Not even close.
I did. 16 out of 40.
After my
I
spooking,
I was close though, but I didn't make it.
Actually, not you, Agent Chemist.
oh, okay.
All right. Those of you who passed, or those of you who did not pass, you are pretty sure that Agent Chemist is being attacked by something in the chairs. Okay? In the chairs and tables. Those of you who did pass can see quite clearly that Agent Chemist is being attacked by absolutely nothing, and that he has scared the shit out of himself, and he just seems to be freaked completely out.
Go wait in the car, Chemist.
But you could also interpret that as violence, because he's extremely agitated.
I'll finish going to him, but like if I was like halfway there and I noticed it, the fast walk would slow down to
Okay.
meagerly
An
stroll.
embarrassed stroll.
Yep, just kind of like, and then she'd grab him and be like, "Stop it! Stop moving! You're making it worse. Hold on a second."
All right.
For that, and help him untangle.
You can see that his foot somehow snagged the canvas and got wrapped around his foot a bit, and he ended up pulling the canvas, and it scared him. But what was underneath the canvas were a bunch of basketballs.
Now that everybody's awake in the gym, right? I'll help him. I'll make an assist roll. No, whatever. I'll just help him get untangled from the canvas.
Okay.
If he'll let me.
Agent Chemist, I would like you to do a luck roll, and if you pass, I want you to take 1 point of damage, bruising and bumping.
I pass, so
Okay, so no damage, just your heart's racing and been scared shitless by basketballs. All right. So, some of the people in the room are like, "Quiet down! Why you're making too much noise?"
Hi, caramba. Come
For
on.
all intents and purposes, there was nothing there to begin with.
All this, and you're gonna irritate your face, and you're gonna be bleeding. This.
All right, you guys are all on the side near the restrooms. You're all on the side, and also near the 4 doors leading into the rest of the class, the school. You're all sort of grouped right there. So, what do you guys want to do?
Check the ladies' room now.
Yeah, we haven't checked the bath. Let's check the bathrooms and then discuss how we want to move forward through the school.
Okay.
Especially since the pee was almost scared out of me there. I think it's only fitting. Partial
So
jump.
who's going into each bathroom?
Ladies.
I'm just standing outside. We don't need 8 people to rush into the bathrooms. Just send somebody in to look, and
I'll go in with Belladonna. I think it's best if we go in pairs, just in case.
All right.
all right, I'll go in the men's room since there's nobody else there.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll back you up.
So
I-
one goes in and the other
Two
one
and
can
two.
come out to say that the other one's being attacked.
I should probably interject here also that Agent Chemist, at this point, if he hasn't gone already, he really needs to go to the bathroom.
Okay, well then,
I basically run to the bathroom. Like,
All right.
I'll let you. Then I'll let
All right.
you go.
In the
Here,
girls'
let's let Agent Chemist go into the men's room.
in the girls' bathroom. There are a couple of candles that have been lit, which makes it seem very romantic, except that they're just trying to conserve electricity. There is, in fact, nobody in the girls' restroom, and there's not really any place to hide. I mean, something could hide inside of a stall, but you check the stalls, and there's nothing in there. Now, I'm not exactly sure if there's anywhere near the urinals in the girls' restroom, because I don't think there are urinals in the girls' restroom.
It's really clean in here.
And there's no line.
Wow.
In the men's
How
restroom, when
well
you guys,
spelled the graffiti is. It's incredible. It's all grammatically correct. Wonderful.
yes, but it's all written by teens, so it's in the boys' restroom, there are 2 stalls that seem to be occupied at present, and nobody else in there.
So I assume chemist is taking a pee.
Yeah, he's the urinal on the other
So I'm
side.
just going to walk down to the stalls, and I have my club. I'm just going to tap on the stalls and tap on the stalls.
All right. When you tap on the one that is one of the ones that's occupied, what you get is it's occupied. I'm in here.
I just keep on walking, tap on the next
Right.
one.
More or less the same thing from the
Yeah,
other
yeah.
one.
I just turn around and walk out.
All right. So a few moments later, Agent Chemist joins you, and you all are now outside the restrooms. Next, what would you?
Nothing in the ladies?
Nothing in the ladies.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Oh.
there's 2 ways we can go here. We can either, the gymnasium is clean.
Yes.
We could do a cursory sweep around the outside of the school, or we just kind of assume that they're not here and move on to the college.
There's only one spot I saw, and I point up to the scoreboard and I couldn't see up top there. Seems unlikely, but it's still a spot. Other than that, I would say
we have to be thorough. I mean, if they did show up around here, we got to make sure that they didn't leave anything behind. It shouldn't take too long. How big is the school?
It's a high school. So
Here's the thing. There's tons of nooks and crannies in this high school. It could take at least an hour, if not more. There's only 6 of us, so it's going to take a long time to search this entire school. Offices, bathrooms, individual stalls, individual
if they're not locked.
classrooms.
There's something else. The gymnasium currently is the only place that's heated. The rest of the school, they're not heating the rest of the school.
Right.
All right. I mean, if
So
you
just
wanna
going by that alone, I think we should just move on.
Okay.
You know what? Hearing this conversation, I'm going to take a different approach, and I'm going to what would I do? I'm going to use my flashlight and just tap like a bunk bed or something that's set up near me, and just start yelling, "People, could I have your attention? Can I have your attention?"
Uh-oh.
Here we go.
Has anyone seen Melody Farthing or Tilda Hastings? And I'll give a brief description of. We know one's a blonde, about 5'7". They're not in trouble. We're just looking for them. Has anyone seen these 2 women?
There's some, I guess, what you'd call murmuring, people talking to one another for just a moment, but there's no hands go up, nobody speaks up or says anything.
Mentions it's vitally important. We find them.
Mention what? Sorry.
That it's vitally important. We need to find them. They're sick or something like that, maybe.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, they're not in trouble. We just think they might be sick, so we're looking for them.
Well, it doesn't really seem like anybody's protecting them. It's just that nobody knows who that is.
Okay.
Okay.
Dang it. I know it, I'm whispering to the other people. I'm I know they like the warm conditions, but do they need it all the time? If they're murdering somebody, do they need to be in a warm room at that time? Could they not be in some dark, cold corner and then come back to the warmth later?
Well, again, let's remember the message said that was directed specifically toward the 2 women that the party was on for tonight at McFillican's Hall.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, the only reason we're here is because the guy had a flyer in his hand, right? This is just kind of, extra evidence. I think we need to just be aggressive and move on to McFillican's Hall. And I think we need to come loaded for bear because that's where I think they are.
I agree.
All right. Then let's make haste then.
All right, Roger Dodger, let's suit up.
All right. So you all leave. You all get in your cars and you start heading all the way across La Fontaine to the university area. Now, once you cross the bridge, and you've now left the area where the power company is, where you got the utilities area where you were. You finally come into a place where some of the streets have been cleared with what do they call them? The snow plows.
Plows?
That have actually come in from neighboring cities. Because as you know, La Fontaine sold all their snow plows. But the closer you get to the university, the more back to normal things get. You actually have some street lights that are on. It seems like because of all the kids coming back from Christmas vacation, they tried their best to restore power in this area as soon as possible. So as you pull up to the university campus, now I assume Filigree will know where McFillian Hall is.
That's my assumption as well. I assume I've been called out here for drunken disorderlies or something like that, where I kind of know the college.
Right. McFillian Hall is a dormitory.
Can I interrupt? Sorry, Tom.
Yes.
On our ride over, whoever's in our car, did we determine? Does it matter? I don't know if it matters or not, but
It doesn't matter.
whoever's in my car, I'm going to say we haven't talked about what we're going to do when we find these two girls. What is the plan here? Are we going to shoot them on sight? Are we going to try to capture them? What?
Depends on what state they are. If they're
It depends on exactly. It depends on how we find them. We find them over a body trying to affect somebody. Yeah, we'll fire them.
Of course, they remember from the video. They were doing all the kinds of sex stuff, and they brought the vagrant in and began doing things with him, and then spit out the things to attack him. They might look normal until you get too close or until they feel threatened.
Yeah, weren't they torturing him as well?
I think they involved him in their. I don't know. I guess Tom can clear that up.
What you saw them seductively lure him in, start to make love, and then once they got close enough, the thing comes out of their mouth, and I mean it doesn't come all the way out. It comes out and attaches itself to them, and when he struggled, they basically cut him, and they did everything they could to kill him at that point. But they were pumping something into him.
Okay.
Probably the yellow one, the yellow goop. Would be my imagination. That's what I imagine.
Okay, so if someone's in trouble, we're going to shoot. If they're not, we're going to try to arrest them, try to detain them?
Maybe they remember from the story, the man cut the worm out of his friend and then put it in the ammo box. He'd probably try to escape if we are capturing the body, right? We have to have a means of killing the creature right away or capturing the creature, and there might be witnesses too.
Yeah.
I don't know if we have containers to do it, or we just kill it and try to cover it right away and say it's a rabid dog or something. I don't know.
I say we just kill it and destroy it. It has to be contained.
Yeah, I mean, I'm okay with that.
Okay, I wanted to get that clear before we go in.
Yeah.
So if they're acting normal, we can try to take them, but if they act hostile in any way, we execute them?
Yeah.
Okay.
If say they're hostile, I'm getting angry at these things, and they obviously cause me a lot of damage. If I see one that's aggressive at me or any of you guys, I'm gonna shoot at it.
All right. Let's do it.
I got your back, chemist.
Chemist has a vendetta.
Oh, I do have a vendetta. Like, look how.
So first it's the monsters, and then you're going to come back for revenge on the table.
Yeah.
Oh, the basketballs. It was there.
I'm coming for you, table. I'm coming for you.
It's like Agent Chemist played a game of hockey with a worm creature, and they had a face-off. Oh, sorry, pun. Bad.
Ha ha ha. There we go.
Sorry.
Well, I just sort of imagine at some point in the future when Agent Chemist has children that says, "Dad, do you want to come outside and play basketball?" And he'll jump. All right, that's enough meta. All right, you guys arrive at McFillian Hall. McFillian Hall is 5 stories high. It's a dormitory. The power is on, so there is light. Not all the windows are lit, but all of the windows seem to be lit on the 5th floor, and there definitely is activity. You can see at least a dozen students, some of them smoking. This is university. Some of them are smoking outside, kind of like the hall. Some of them have obviously been drinking. There's definitely a party going on here somewhere.
What about noise? What's the noise level like?
Well, you can't really hear much from outside, but once you get inside the building.
Okay, and we've all got headsets on.
So we're going to walk up to the front. Usually there's like a front entrance,
Right.
and then it kind of, in let's say the center of the building, and then it splits off to the left and to the right. And there's usually a bank of elevators.
Right.
So if most of the activity is on the 5th floor, I vote that we take the elevators up to the 5th and work our way down.
In this case, McFillian Hall is fairly old. The university's been here for quite a while. And although there is like an old rickety elevator, it's out of service. There are big marble stairs, though, going up to the next level. Which, once you go inside the doors, the temperature isn't particularly hot. I mean, it's obviously heated in here, but this is not inside the dorm rooms, so it's moderate in here. And there are a few other students, some of them, sitting on the stairs, some of them chit-chatting with their friends. But there's evidence. I mean, there are people in this dorm room.
Yeah.
And of course, they see you guys, and they're like, "Oh, wow, what's going on?"
It's all right. Just go back to what you were doing. I just kind of shush them and keep walking. I assume there's a stairwell either in the center or on either end.
Right, in the center.
I'm hitting the stairs. I'm just going up to the 5th floor.
Okay.
Where are these stairs?
I'll back him up.
All right.
Because I'm going to go find, what's his name, Chad?
Yep.
Yeah, I'll back you up.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, do I know this Chad? Do I recognize him? Is he a trouble causer?
No.
And then, no. All right. I'm just going to take the lead here because I'm local, and use my authority, and we'll just go up and find Chad, trying to find ground central of the party. It's usually somebody's dorm room or a collection of dorm rooms, and we'll start from the 5th floor and go from there.
Okay. There are students on every floor, and it's obviously people have come back from vacation. There are a lot of people in the building. The stairs are wide. You could probably fit 4 people across the stairs going up.
Okay.
First floor, 2nd floor. By the time you get to the 3rd floor, you can definitely hear music coming from up higher. Yeah.
Yeah.
You also encounter more students that are somewhat inebriated, somewhat, just chit-chatting, talking to one another and stuff like that. You get to the 4th floor. Do a search. I'm calling it's spot hidden. We just need to add spot hidden.
Everyone will just filigree.
All of you.
I made mine 51 out of 60.
Oh, I don't see anything. I'm angry at the thing, and I'm like, I don't see anything. I got a
All you see is
97 by the way.
blood.
I rolled
I didn't
100.
see-
100.
Oh, I got 50.
I go blind.
Belladonna has somehow wandered back outside. She's gotten
Wait.
confused as to which direction.
She's back down on the
I
first
got a
floor.
15. I
Fourth
passed.
floor. What's going on here?
Those of you who passed,
Mhm.
you notice something.
It's getting warmer.
It is getting warmer, but that's not what you notice. You notice that the state of undress is increasing.
Oh.
You mean
As
it's getting
it
hot
gets
and
warmer,
hot here?
one kid walks down the hallway towards his dorm room on the 4th floor in his underwear. Most of the people at this point are barefoot.
And we're on the 4th floor?
Yeah, and you can see there's people, on the stairs going up. There's people making out. You're approaching the party.
Oh, yeah. Keep on going.
All right. So you get to the 5th floor. That's definitely where the music's coming from. And down the hall, you can see the dorm rooms are open. There are lots of students mingling around. Many of them barely dressed. And if you pass a doorway and you look inside, it's practically an orgy at this point. Maybe Caligula level orgy.
Well, we're
Okay.
just looking for Melody and Tilda. Let's just keep our focus on that. Let's
Well-
not turn.
Well, my
Yeah.
opinion of American college kids is suddenly
Improve.
much better. Yeah,
Okay.
they were all a bit stodgy.
The heat
Like
is high. The heat is high, but you're not actually exactly sure whether the heat is high because the temperature's up, or if it's just there's so many people crowded up here, their body heated the whole everything. Everything smells like sweat and probably vaguely of semen and alcohol. And there's
How many dorm rooms are there on
Drugs.
this floor?
there
I had pot
are
up there.
sorry?
I'm sorry. There are 12 dorm rooms
All right.
on this level.
I assume like 6 on each side. Like if
Right.
we're in the middle,
And it seems
6 to the left and 6 to the right.
It seems to be the 6 to the left that are going, but there are people in the other direction as well.
Yeah. No, I just want to give us a place to start. I'm just gonna. The only thing I have out is my club, and I'm just gonna start, moving people aside. All right, nothing to see. Just keep on going. We're looking for, I'll occasionally grab someone and say that looks coherent. Have you seen Melody or Tilda?
Oh yeah, Melody. Yeah, we saw her earlier. She's hanging around. I don't know where she is. Probably down there.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you. You just go. Go put some clothes on or something.
I'm gonna find a random student
Okay.
and
Go
just
ahead.
rather aggressively just say, "Hey, haircut, smokes. Let's go."
Oh, you want to go outside and smoke, dude?
No, just give me a cigarette.
Oh yeah. Here, have one.
Okay, right. I'm gonna take a cigarette. You know, Melody and Tilda.
Oh, those girls who came. Yeah, I think they're hanging around with Chad.
Yeah, where's Chad?
Oh, I don't know. It could be anywhere. Last I saw him, he was, down in room 3.
Everybody just take
I'm sorry.
a room. We've
I'll-
got 6 rooms. We've got 6 people.
Room 3.
All right. I would like. Well, let's go. How are you guys going to split up into individual people or into groups?
I
think we
The-
should work
the
in
6
pairs.
Yeah,
the
pairs
very
are-
least, we should work in pairs.
All right, let's pair you up.
Well, I was already paired up with Philip.
Okay, so Nye and Filigree.
Okay.
I'll
Me-
carry on
I
working
guess-
with Curly as usual.
I guess like my usual, me and
That's okay.
Belladonna.
All right.
Okay, Belladonna, Curly and Corky. New TV show, Curly and Corky's. Belladonna and Chemist.
Oh, you didn't have to shoot him that many times in the face. Oh, what have you done? There's a pilot in it already.
In its 9th season. All right. Nye and Filigree.
Yep.
You've gone into one dorm room. There are dozens of kids in here, making out and making love. It's an orgy.
Are they using condoms?
You want to check?
No.
Yeah, I'm not.
I'm just
looking
gonna-
over-
I'm just gonna take my club.
You can take your club and find out.
No, I'm just
Join
easy
in.
does it. All right.
No, but I mean, I'm looking around to see if like there's like empty condom wrappers on the floor or something.
There are. Yeah, definitely.
Or at least people are being a little safe.
You notice also that the dorm rooms themselves are multi-room rooms. There's probably more than one student in each room. They've all got little private rooms. So there's a
I'm
lot
just
of
gonna
places.
walk in and turn on the lights.
Oh, the lights are on.
Okay, I'm just gonna, I'm gonna move people out of the way. We're looking. This is not titillation time. We need to kind of focus here.
When they notice you, of course, some of the girls grab their clothes and
Good.
sort of freak out a little bit.
Fine.
Really?
What are you
You
gonna?
guys are banging each other, and you're really gonna freak out. You guys got like 50 guys on you, and you're
Yeah,
just
the cops are here.
no.
Oh my God, the cops are here.
Well, sorry if I interact. If they're freaking out, then they're not affected.
Okay, well, I want let's deal with Nye and Filigree first. So what do you guys want to do?
We're looking.
We're just walking
Yeah.
through the rooms and we're just
Yeah.
looking. We're looking for Melody and Tilda. Let's just focus on that. I don't
That's
care what
exactly
others are doing.
All
I'm
right.
kind of determined and single-minded right now. I don't really give a shit what's going on around.
Okay. You pretty much look through the room, and you don't see anybody matching the description of Tilda. Or
And what room number is this, please?
I will say this is room number 1.
All right, cool. So room number 1's clear. We leave.
Just so I can keep track.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Curly and Corky, you're in room number 2.
I thought we were going for room 3.
Okay, you go for room 3. As you're walking around, you don't. What do you want to do? I
Well,
just need to ask you
I've got my hand subtly on my gun,
Okay.
on my hip, as I'm going into this room, because this is where the guy said Chad was.
Okay.
Not drawing attention to it, but ready to use it.
Okay.
Same.
People all over the room. Making out on the couch, making out on the chairs, making out on the floor.
Okay. First things first, do we see anyone who resembles the two girls?
You don't think so? I mean, there are some blondes and there's some girls. They all kind of look the same. One girl, I mean, they're all roughly the same build. A few that are obviously aren't the same, but you don't think there's anybody here that matches their description completely.
Okay. Chad, is Chad here? Which one of you is Chad?
I think Chad's down in room number 10. Somebody
God damn.
says.
It's just gonna go on all night.
I'm gonna lean over to Corky and say, "What if they're all infected?"
Have to go get some C4.
Wow. Take care of it all.
Maybe some thermite. I don't know.
Freak gasoline accident.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Say a meteorite hit.
Could happen.
We checked the bathroom and stuff like that. It's pretty clear, pretty obvious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chemist and Belladonna. You're in room number 2, Ben.
Okay.
Okay.
What do you want to do?
Looking for those two ladies, or
Yeah.
well, I actually don't know what Chad looks like, so
No.
looking for the ladies.
I'm like, do you know where Chad is?
I don't know, dude. Oh my God, the cops are here.
Oh,
And some of them, once again, they start to scramble a little bit.
We're not police officers. It's fine.
we just want to know where Chad is. I heard he has some good stuff.
Oh, cool. I don't know. Chad somewhere. You'll find him.
Have you seen Tilda?
Tilda, I think so. Tilda tried to get me, but you know, she's not really my type.
Or oh shit, I already forgot the other girl's name. Melody. Have you seen Melody?
I don't know who that is.
All right. They're useless. Okay, go about your business.
Right. And they're giving it the business. All right.
Don't touch me.
So let's go back to 9 and filigree.
All right, so we've done rooms 1, 2, and 3, so we're going to head for room number 4.
Okay. 4 is down on the same end as 3. Pretty much the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
You don't find anybody. Nobody can agree as to where anybody else is.
Mm-hmm.
And this goes for room number 5 and 6 as well. So this side of the building.
Well, maybe if we think about it this way, maybe they don't want to be where everyone is to do what they need to do, if that makes sense. Maybe they want to be a little bit isolated down in the other end of the floor.
Oh, yeah. They're taking Chad out right now.
Mm-hmm. So now we're 7 through 12.
Okay.
Chad, or
And somebody mentioned room number 10. Why don't we just start there?
Okay. 10 is all the way on the far end.
Yep.
Door number 10 is closed.
I'll take my club and just whack on the door. See if I hear anything on the other side.
kind of lined up down the hallway a little bit indiscreetly. It's kind of all.
I'm going to station myself to one side of the door.
All right.
Curly or nine on your side.
What you hear is you can hear something inside banging around rhythmically, and you hear "Go away."
I'm going to bang on the door again. Police!
Oh shit! And then you hear what sounds like violent banging around, like something's going on in that room violently.
I open the door.
Okay. Door's locked.
I kick the door.
Okay. Do a strength roll.
Sturdy dorm doors, man. We'll see. Ones at my college were like wood.
Oh, yes. Made it, barely.
Okay.
But I made it.
You break out the lock from the door frame, and the door opens up, and on the bed you see a naked young man trying to get away from a girl who is clawing at him. She's on top, and there is definitely something coming out of her mouth and attached to his side. You're pretty sure it's Tilda.
I pull my gun and I shoot.
Okay. Go ahead and do a roll.
All right. Firearms. All right.
All right.
I did not make it.
Good.
What did you get?
79 out of 40.
Do a luck roll.
Alrighty.
Oh, Chad.
3.
Oh, you didn't hit the boy.
Yes, that's what I was worried
You
about.
didn't hit the girl either. But
Hit the drywall.
when
As
the
soon-
gun goes off,
Mhm.
students that are in the hall suddenly scream and freak out and start running towards
Good.
the stairs.
That's good. Because we don't need anybody else getting hurt here. So that's fine.
Okay. Who's right behind? Bill and Nye is with you. So
I'd like to keep an eye out of the other students and just see if there's anyone else that we'll recognize going out and just watch them.
Or see which room no one's coming out of.
Yeah.
Good call.
okay. Oh, where's Nye is missing? Oh,
There he is.
where Nye is. There he is.
Wait,
Um,
I thought I got
I'm
9.
sorry, I was muted. Sorry. I was going to say. So did you say that both girls were in here?
Nope.
No, just Tilda.
All right. I'm going to pull my weapon and fire.
Okay.
Do it.
Hopefully Chad is still trying to get away.
And I miss as well.
Do a luck roll.
Uh-oh. 100. Oh.
Ha! I got a 93.
Okay.
Good knowing you, Chad.
Well, I was going to shoot him anyway.
Infection contained.
I did that on purpose. Little do you know.
I mean, I
Um,
was aiming for the girl first, but I mean,
you hit the boy, but you hit him in the leg, in the calf.
isn't that where the creature is attached? You say
No, it's attached to his side.
his side. Okay.
It's coming out of her mouth and it's attached to his side. He screams in agony as you do this, and she looks up at you. She's staring at you, but she's not pulling away. This thing is attached. It's like both of them are attached to one another. By now, people are running in different directions, and they're heading down the stairs.
I'm going to walk up closer so I can get a better shot. Because I assume they're still stationary there in the bed.
Yeah.
I mean, if she's not moving and she's not detaching, I'll walk up and I'll put my gun right at her.
Okay. As you start to move towards her, you can see the look in her face is one of arousal. That the fact that you're shooting, it's just made her more aroused than she was. The fact that he's bleeding, she's become almost twice as aggressive as she was a moment ago. She's grabbed a hold of him, and this thing is thrusting into his side, and his eyes are rolling back in his head. He's probably.
I'm just putting it right up. I'll cock the hammer back and I'll let it fly.
All right. Well, she doesn't flinch. She doesn't move out of your way.
It makes my job easier.
So where exactly? What do you describe
Her head.
exactly? So
Her
right
head.
between the eyes.
As close as I can get.
All right. Go ahead and roll. Just roll for damage.
Okay. Let me see what I'm shooting here. 1d10. 6.
Okay.
Oh.
Blammo. Point
Yeah.
blank range.
Yep.
She flies backwards. The thing is disattached from the boy, and it's writhing in her mouth. It has 4 large fangs.
Right.
There's definitely yellow goo coming out of the boy at this point.
Right.
But he's not responsive at this point, and she's fallen against the back wall, blood splattered on on the
Good.
the
So
wallpaper.
I'm going to keep my distance so that I'm not within striking distance of that thing, and I want to
Okay.
put another one in there.
Well, we'll got to give it to
Sure.
somebody else.
Yeah, we got
Nye.
9. Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to follow up with that.
All right. What are you going to shoot at? Him? I mean, her or the thing?
The creature. The creature.
All right.
Do it now. Do it.
That's demons. Oh no, that's another miss.
Damn.
Okay.
Rock roll.
How about yeah? Well, I hear this. I'm running kind of towards.
Well, the rest of you are now at the door.
So the 4 of us are in the hallway. That'd be we can't crowd too much. I'm maintaining a vigil on the hallway.
All right.
Look,
Yeah, are there
I'll-
any other doors that haven't opened?
I'll scream out. Look for the other one. The other one isn't here.
To answer your question, yes, 2 of the other doors haven't opened. Number 8 and 7, 7 and 8 have not
Okay,
opened.
I'm going to head over to 8 then.
Okay,
Chemist,
we'll say that you're doing that.
Chemist and Curly and Corky for 8. Chemist and Belladonna for 7.
Works for me.
Well, we're still in the midst of just a split
guess-
second of action at the other door. Let's go ahead and let crying out loud, my brain just went dead.
9.
Let's let Agent Filigree go ahead. I kept wanting to call you Agent Silver.
The dear departed. All
Let's
right.
go ahead and let Filigree do this again. You're literally standing right in front of them.
Mhm.
So.
Can I just roll for damage again?
It's just another point blank range, yeah.
Only 1.
Okay. But you hit the creature, and it writhes around and begins to rip itself free from her mouth, what's left of her head.
Mhm.
Nye, go ahead.
All right.
You got it this time. You got it this time.
Better. Yes. I hit
Yeah.
28 out of 60.
Okay. You basically you liquefy it when you hit it. It kind of
Cool.
explodes. Now the boy, he's probably dead, but it's hard to tell because you didn't wound him enough to kill him.
All right. Well, I will cock my gun back and put one in his head just to make sure.
All right, we'll get back to that in a second. So we'll get to everybody else. All right, the rest of you are moving now towards 7 and 8. Who's going to take 8?
I think that's Curly and Corky.
Yes.
Curly and Corky. All right, what are you going to do?
I'm going to knock firmly on the door. Open up.
No answer.
I'll try the handle.
Okay. It is unlocked.
Then I will open it a little and then push the door open with my hand on my gun.
Okay. When you push it open, you look over and there's somebody lying on the floor. It looks like a young man. He is naked, but he's not moving.
I'm gonna
You don't
draw
see
my
anybody
gun.
else in the room, though, unless somebody's in the bathroom.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to draw my gun and motion to Curly to follow me.
Yep. Guns out.
Okay. So what are you going to do?
I'm just going to quickly check the room to make sure there's not anything hiding anywhere.
Other than the possibility that something's in the bathroom, there's nothing in the room.
Okay, in that case, I guess we'll check the bathroom.
Okay. Do a luck roll. Both of you.
Yes, 21.
14.
Okay. You push open the door, and there's nobody in there.
Okay. Does it look like anything's gone up through the roof or anything, or into the ceiling?
It does not.
Is it a suspended ceiling or just a normal ceiling?
It is a suspended ceiling, but no, there's nothing that seems to have gone up there.
All right. I guess we better go and have a look at that body then.
Okay.
You said it was naked.
Yes.
We'll inspect it for bite wounds. For
Okay.
bronze bite wound.
Okay. Go ahead and do a search.
Okay.
Oh, 11.
Okay.
I failed.
11 out of 50.
Corky, very, very easily, you notice just above his left buttock on his back, there is a wound, and the wound looks like 4 marks, and the flesh around the wound seems to be changing color, turning dark, almost like lividity, like the blood is pooling at that spot. But you can see that there are marks where the veins in his body are, where this is moving outward. And I mean, this person was definitely infected.
Okay.
Most likely in the very first stages of what you saw later on, the bloated bodies.
Okay. Well, in that case, it's not an immediate danger. Clearly dead.
Oh, is he dead?
Is he dead? Oh, sorry, I'm just assuming he is dead.
He doesn't seem to, at all responsive. His eyes are wide open, though.
Can I check his pulse? Check his neck?
Sure. There doesn't seem to be any pulse.
Can I contact Belladonna on the radio?
Sure.
Agent Belladonna, are you there?
I would think simultaneously when they were going into their room, we were going into ours.
Yeah, we'll get back to you, but we'll just do it anyway. So you're just getting ready to go into your room.
Oh, okay. Then, yep.
His room was closer than yours is. So
I just
Okay.
have one quick question. Do you know the period of time it takes to have this thing to become infected or whatever?
The gestation period?
Yeah.
I don't know. Tom, do I know?
I don't know. Do you know?
Can I make a medical thing? I don't know if I was able to study it that well to know.
Okay.
Like it's instar stages or anything like that. Or to have it.
There may have been, there may have been enough information given to you so far that you could possibly come up with an estimate, but you're going to have to do that. I'm not going to give that to you.
I'm gonna have to do what?
You're going to have to do that yourself. And I mean, at this point, you have no thing. You haven't studied this creature for any length of time.
That's what I was just looking for, a quick answer, yes or no kind of thing. So
I haven't seen it. I don't know how far along it looks like it is. Is there a bulge? Is it moving?
no, it just the victim's been bit. He appears to be dead. I just didn't know how much of an immediate danger we're in.
You're probably fine, but I'd probably stab the shit out of that spot.
Okay.
She just says like a
Do an idea roll, intelligence roll.
Who?
Belladonna.
Oh. Hey, that's my specialty. Should have said after he rolled. I got a 15. Way made it. Way. Yeah.
You have a pretty accurate estimate of when Mrs. Decatur arrived at Tilda and Melody's house, and that's when she became infected, and when the thing hatched. So
I can't remember the time, but it was less than a day. I can't even remember right now. Like
I'd have to go through all of my notes to find out.
I know.
She got there at 9:30.
I think longer than this party's been happening though. Like
Okay, that's fine. That's what I was just trying to make sure. Like there's not a creature I could like cut into this body and pull the creature out. Like it's still in early stages. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, I would say either wrap it up or just decimate it first and then wrap it up or whatever. We need to take
Okay.
the bodies out of here anyway, right?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
All right.
Hang on, chemist. Hang on.
Yeah.
All right. Belladonna and Chemist, you are at a closed door as well.
Like, take the butt of the gun and like knock on it and be like, FEMA. Anyone there?
Who?
You don't
Please.
you don't hear anything. There's no response inside.
Is the door unlocked?
It's not. It's locked.
Chemist, you got a good boot?
Well, I can try.
Do or do not. There is no
Ugh.
What movie was that? Was that Star Trek again? I don't know. Anyway, just give it a kick.
I will give it a kick.
All right. Bang. You kick open the door. And
Flashlight and gun, baby.
in that moment, there is something under the covers on the bed, which literally, I mean, it almost leaps in the air as you kick in the door. The lights are turned off in this room, so it's shadowy. You can't quite see what it is, but there's the sound of a yell at the same time in the room.
Oh.
What are you guys going to do?
Flick on the light. Because I think if Chemist kicks the door open and goes in first, and we see something jumping, I would flick on the light right away. Because I'd be the next one in.
Okay. Well, Chemist, what do you do since you're the first one?
Well, I'm gonna shine my light and I'll say, "Is anyone in there?"
Okay.
Shoot him.
In that instant, what there is there's a young man. He is in pajamas. He was obviously sound asleep when you kicked in the door, and you basically scared the shit out of him. And he's now standing on his bed, pulling the sheets like this, and his feet are doing this as he is screaming like a little girl. But he's also kind of a football player, so he's pissed that you guys have just scared the shit out of him. It's like something from
Man, my gun is drawn.
fail video.
I'm not afraid.
But he's like, what the fuck?
Do you have a woman in this room? A woman named Melody? Any other woman?
There's nobody in here. Fuck.
Seriously, all the gunshots going off and you sleep like the dead? What the hell's the matter with you? And I leave.
There's a fucking party going on. I was trying to get some sleep. I got classes next week. He's all
Have
upset.
class here for several days, if not weeks. Let's go, Chemist.
Okay.
We just leave. Clear.
Clear!
Close the busted ass door a little bit.
No, I'm gonna have to change. I'm not gonna have to change my sheets. All right. So what are you guys gonna do?
I would round the corner over to the room where Curly and Corky is first.
Okay. They've found a body.
And come in to check out, see where they are with the body. So we just talked like a second ago. Right?
Right. By now, most of this floor has cleared of people.
But have we cleared every room yet? I don't think so.
We have not. We have the whole other side. Like there was like 12 rooms. We've done like 8 of them now, I think. No, like 9 of them.
Well, you did say all of them on one side, and you did 10, 7, and 8, the closed rooms on this side.
Right.
12, 11, and 9 are now pretty much vacated.
Interesting.
I'm right here still. 1 second. I want to just investigate the body real quick. And did you guys do anything with it in the time that I said something to you, Curly?
No, just poked it with a stick.
Room next door was clear. It was just a scared-ass jock or something. So I guess we need to clear the rest of these rooms and find that Melody. Oh, actually, I don't know. I don't know which girl they found. So find the other one.
I'm curious. Did you take his word for it, or did you check the bathroom?
He was sound asleep in his bed. Shoot, I didn't even think about it.
Well, he's not asleep anymore. It's not like he went turned around and he's like putting his clothes on. He's going to get the hell out of there too.
Right, we've missed something. We've got Tilda, but we've still got Melody. But we have what could be Melody's victim, or another victim of Tilda. We really don't know, but we're still missing one source.
Okay.
I was just thinking if it was a college kid and had a girl up there, and maybe he was hiding her or something.
We can go back and check.
Yeah.
Is that guy?
Yeah, let's go back and check.
You guys are standing right there, so and you kicked in the door, so the door is not closing. You can see the kid's putting his clothes on, and he's like freaked out.
So I'll just walk in and say, "Sorry, we just need to check. Can I just go to the bathroom?"
Well, he's like, "What the fuck? What's going on? What the fuck?" There's nobody in there.
Okay, that's all. Just a little paranoid. That's all.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll say on the headphone to everybody. So everyone, we're still on the lookout for Melody.
Let's check the rest of these rooms on this floor real quick.
Yep.
And we can start hitting the other floors and search
All right.
standing out.
It takes you only 5 minutes to go to make sure that there's nobody in any of these rooms at this point. What do you want to do?
But if they all flowed out, most of them went downstairs. Doesn't mean someone would go upstairs though.
No, there is no upstairs. You're on the top floor.
Oh, this is the top. Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah, we're on the 5th floor.
But there are 4 floors below you.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody asked Tilda where Melody is.
I'm sorry, Tilda's no longer available. Please try your call again later.
She has a half a mind to answer you, but
I'm concerned about I know we want to take the bodies out of here that we murderized, but I guess we can do that later when we clean up. So maybe we just start hitting the floors.
Well, here's something else too. The clock may be ticking because some of my coworkers may be on their way.
Shit. Yeah, we got 3 bodies at least.
It's a possibility.
Do we need to take the boys? If he was bitten, probably need to take both the guys and the girl, all 3 bodies, wrap them up and drag them down the stairs with us. They're all evidence, aren't they?
That's y'all's call.
We can clean up, but we still need to find Tilda.
We need to. I think we need. Cleanup is one thing, but I think we need to focus on finding Melody.
Or Melody.
I don't think that you have any time to clean up anything before, as Filigree says, the police arrive. You fired guns in the building.
Mm-hmm.
Kids have cell phones. They're
Right, exactly. Right.
We just need to take the worm creature if there's anything left of it, don't we?
Although, to be fair, the police have already been called out to the college earlier, and it was a false alarm. So maybe they're taking their time on this one?
Or maybe kids are taking videos.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I think we need to at least take care of the worm thing, right? If there's anything left after it was shot.
Yeah, you know what? Let's do the cleanup right now. Let's have somebody at the front door monitoring who's leaving.
Well,
whoever else is left.
wait, let's
and then-
just
and
wait a
then-
second.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Let's send Filigree out there to
I can go downstairs and see who's gathered around and see if I can find Melody. I know what she looks like. Maybe she's out among the crowd, or maybe she's on the 4th floor. We still have 4 floors to kind of clear, right?
We need to get to that.
So
if there were 100 students up here, most of them are outside or have left by now.
Right.
They're thinking there's some crazy mad gunman up here shooting.
Mm-hmm.
They've run for their lives.
Right.
It's time to clear
No,
this up.
I think we should search the 4th floor.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So you go down to the 4th floor,
Mhm.
and it's kind of bedlam. I mean, the students on this floor all evacuated as quickly as they could when they started hearing gunshots.
Mhm.
There's things knocked over, pieces of furniture pushed out of the way. But there is one door down at the end that is still closed. The other doors are wide open.
I'm
People
heading
just
for it.
ran.
I'm running
I guess,
toward it.
I guess we're starting there.
Do the Charlie.
I make a comment. I'm like, Filigree, maybe you should go and talk to the cops.
We have time. We have time. Let's just clear this room. We have time. All of us together.
All right, I'm with
All right.
you too. Let's clear the room.
All right.
Okay, let's clear the room. But
So you get down to the room. It's on the very end. You don't hear anything. What do you guys want to do?
Just kick it open.
Same procedure as before. I'm going to take my club and bang on the door. Police!
No answer.
Again.
Nothing.
Door locked or unlocked?
Seems to be locked.
Kicking it in.
All right.
Police!
Kick it in. Use your strength roll.
Should have like 2 people right behind him, and the other 3 of us are in the hallway. Maybe.
Yeah, you're all right there.
Yeah, barely made it. 52 out of 55.
Okay. You kick in the door, and inside, when you look inside, you can see there's the bed, and there's blood on the floor. There's a body lying there. Looks like a girl.
Mm-hmm.
The room is dark. The light just light from the hallway. You can see that. The girl on the bed is lying on her back. She is naked, and her eyes are wide open and sort of, staring in your direction. But she ain't moving. There's also, you can see that there is a wound on her side where she has been infected. But you can't see the bathroom door is closed. You can't see farther into the room because she's got the bed turned crossways from where you
Right.
are.
I hit the light switch.
Okay. Lights come on. Nothing happens. The room has definitely been torn up
Right.
a little bit.
Sure. I have my pistol drawn still, and I'm heading toward the closed bathroom door.
Okay. What are the rest of you doing?
I'm going to come in behind him,
All right.
cover the room.
All right.
Then Curly or Nye probably.
yeah,
All right.
I'm staying out and watching everybody's back.
Since Filigree, you're right in the front.
Yep.
You die first. No.
Do a luck roll.
Okay.
Luck be a lady. Wait, that's me. Tonight.
69, so I did not make it.
Oh.
That's all right.
You're anticipating an attack. You can feel it in the air that there's something going to happen. It just feels that way. Your anxiety is through the roof. And so when Melody Farthing suddenly leaps naked from behind the bed where she was hiding and leaps towards you, instead of firing your gun, you just sort of stumble back as she pounces on you with this thing writhing out of her mouth, trying to bite you in the face.
Okay.
What do the rest of you do?
I am going to fire. I mean,
I'm
I
gonna
was
fire.
covering the
Okay.
room. I mean, it's
Agent Corky, fire with a penalty.
penalty.
Dice. Yeah,
Okay.
because it scared the shit out of you.
Right. Well, I've got a 45 and
Nice.
a 15, so it'll be 45, which is a pass.
Okay. Roll for roll to see if you hit. Roll your
Beautiful beam footage.
Me?
Yes.
Oh, that was a luck roll, was it? Oh, it's okay. I mean, it's the same. 50,
Actually, it was the same. No, go ahead and roll for damage. Sorry.
Okay.
Roll that big 0. Roll for that
8.
10. Oh, that's good.
Okay. You hit Melody in the probably more or less the chest as she is coming at Filigree, but she's not really slowing down much. She's definitely bleeding. Who else was shooting?
Me.
Chemist, also roll at a penalty.
First is a 13. Second is a 1. So
Oh,
Okay. So you also hit her. Go ahead and roll for damage.
nice shot.
and I got a 10.
Okay. You blew her head off.
Nice.
Okay. In killing the creature in the process.
Woo!
And Filigree, you fall back on the ground, and she lands on top of you. And but her as she lands, her head is exploded, and yellow and red goo has gone all over your face.
I'm like, what in the hell?
Close your mouth. Don't swallow that.
Golly, bummy.
You should be wearing a mask. Oh
I
my
just,
God,
I'm just kind of, throwing her aside and getting the hell out of there.
Oh, Donna wants to puke.
All right. What's your next move?
Okay.
We better check the rest of the rooms on this floor to make sure there's nothing else.
All the other rooms are open, and they're empty.
So we've got
Okay.
4 bodies,
check 5.
5.
I want to check the pulse of this girl if I'm allowed in the room and no one else does. I'll check
Yeah,
the
go
pulse
for
of
it.
the other girl on the bed.
She is infected. You find the wound on her side.
Is she dead?
It's dead. Yeah, she's dead.
I think the best cure for this is like a knife right to the wound spot. I don't know what else because it's growing right there, right? As far as I can tell.
Well, we've got 3 infected and the 2 girls.
Yep.
So we need to get rid of those, sanitize the rooms, and make a sweep of the rest of the building to make sure that there are no more infected.
Can we do all that before the police arrive? I mean, we at least need to get the bodies out.
No.
No. I think we need to get the bodies at least and get out of here.
Agreed.
So how are you going to get them past all the congregated students downstairs?
Well, I think they all left.
Has anyone ever seen Weekend at Bernie's?
Is that in the Delta Green rulebook, or are you just improvising?
There could be
I'm
okay.
just improvising, but I was thinking it might just work.
Someone could run out the front doors. There isn't even any students there. Grab an SUV, drive around to the backside. Maybe we go out a back entrance and bring the bodies out that way.
I'll
Throw 'em
just sling
out.
them out the window.
Throw them out.
Yeah,
the window.
I was gonna throw it out the window.
Throw them
Oh my
out the window
God.
on the backside. But whatever. Wait, I just think we need to go out the. Is there an exit maybe in this building we can do?
Maybe fire exits on the end.
On the ground floor, there are numerous exits, maybe 4. The largest one being in
Here's
the
a
front.
thought. Could
excuse
we
me.
not just chuck the bodies down the elevator shaft and then remove them via the basement?
Oh, that's wicked.
I'm just kind of listening to this, and I'm wiping goo and blood off
I mean,
of
for
me.
a
Like,
start, the first thing we
think
should
I'm
do
gonna have
should
to
be to
find
wrap up
another
all these bodies in bed sheets.
We got bed
Well-
sheets. Let's just do it.
Why?
Yeah, let's just do it. Like we're wasting time.
Yeah.
Trying to discuss it.
Okay,
Let's just get it over
Is
with.
this is just a dorm, like this building is a dorm area, right, Tom? Like
Yeah,
this is not.
for the sake of time. Just tell me how you deal with the problem, and we won't have to act it all out.
Okay.
We'll just-
We break out the gloves and masks. We wrap the bodies up. we send Filigree down to deal with the local police because he is local police. He tells them that there's been an outbreak of a disease. We've had to contain the outbreak of the disease. It has a 100% fatality rate. It had to be contained. That we need to clean this building and that the bodies need to be disposed. While he's there, hopefully he can try and get some proper body bags from the local police department that we can use to then put the wrapped bodies in. We will take the bodies off, escorted by Officer Filigree, who's working with us at the moment with FEMA. Somewhere after we leave, Filigree will lose sight of our vehicle and have no idea where we went. Someone from Delta Green will subtly grease the wheels to make sure that Deputy Filigree isn't held up on any disciplinary action for the matter.
All right.
And the bodies will be destroyed. I'm
going to do this a little differently. If you guys collectively agree that that's what you want to do, I'm going to have Mick roll he's going to have to get an extreme luck roll for that to work, because there's going to be too many people here asking too many questions for any of that to actually work. You would all be detained. You would all be scrutinized. They'd want to know who you were. I don't think that you could get away with that at all. But an extreme would make you somehow get away with it. You guys want to come up with a different plan?
Or we could burn the whole town down again.
That would solve a lot of problems.
I mean, this is probably an old brick building. We could try to start a fire. I don't know if it'd burn in time.
Yeah, there's going to be a science lab, though, isn't there?
Well, I'm going to go
how about this?
In the main building.
How about this?
I'm going to go downstairs and I'll start doing my part.
Well, wait. So
Well,
let's
you haven't
everyone
agreed yet.
at least pitch our ideas first.
Burning the building down and just disappearing into the night would probably work. I mean, I'd give you a good, I'd give you a bonus dice on that one.
All right, let's do that.
I like
Building. We just have to burn down like 4 rooms. We just have to gut 4 rooms.
The 4th and 5th floor.
Well, we have time. Let's move all the bodies from either the 4th floor up to the 5th, which I think would be the best thing. Put that in one room. Burn that one room, and then if it somehow
that sounds like it's going to take way too much time.
All right, let's set it on fire. I think, did Wayne have something you want to say? I know he's trying.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, we can find an accelerant. We can pour it into the boardrooms. I'm pretty sure that somebody has marijuana around here. And what we can do is just light it up and then have evidence of somebody smoking drugs or something like that. And their thing came, caught on fire. The bed caught on fire and it spread pretty much.
As far as accelerants, I'm sure that students have cleaning supplies.
And booze and stuff like that, so.
Let's do that. I'd rather do that, I think.
All right.
Start the building on fire and disappear in the night. And as long as we have the body out of Filigree's cruiser eventually.
As long all we have to do is, but we don't even have to burn the building down or the rooms down. We just have to burn the bodies enough to sanitize them.
Yeah.
The thing here is we're going to get some timetable now.
Well, yeah. Once again, burning the individual bodies will take far more time. How do you just light a body on fire?
You douse the wrapping with accelerant and then it burns with a wicking effect.
We got clean supplies. Nice.
Unless somebody gets there in 15 minutes and puts it out and then figures out that there's something else going on. I don't know. I don't want to.
Okay. We could just burn the rooms then.
Let's just say that you guys start a fire on the 3rd floor, and by the time you guys leave, by the time the police arrive and then they call the fire department, the building is in flames, and you guys are gone. And other than that, that's the end of the story. But what do you want to do
with pick up our stuff from the hotel as well?
What do you want to do with Filigree? What does Filigree want to do with?
We don't
I assume I'm going to be looking for. I'm going to be kind of having to answer a lot of very pointed questions about who my compatriots were during the evening and how I have to explain my actions.
Well, nobody saw you, so
yeah. Can't you slip
as well?
I'm sorry, too many people were talking. I didn't hear.
Sorry. The only thing that they know about you, Filigree, is that you showed up at the high school earlier looking for somebody with some companions from FEMA. But as far as showing up at the dorm, nobody there knows you.
Well, I guess I'll just go home and get cleaned up.
What do you guys want to do with Filigree? He knows a lot.
I know. I guess when we get back, we can debrief.
I take that back, actually. He doesn't know anything about who you are.
Right.
No, he
knows your fake identities.
Yeah. But like during our debriefing, we'll let our handler know about him and that he was good for Delta Green.
That makes sense. And probably Filigree would be approached at some point in the future if he wants to.
We're at least green that we don't kill him, right?
Yeah, we're not.
Yeah, you don't need to kill him.
Okay.
All right. Well, that's Lover in the Ice.
We also need to establish somewhere storing the rest of the stuff from the hotel.
It could have been much worse.
Oh, it could. Yeah.
I was afraid it was going to spread out.
I was kind of keeping track of time, and had you arrived, if you'd have fucked around until morning,
Oh, man.
I was damn close to my breaking point.
So
I was below my breaking point even more. So
you guys really figured almost all of it out. All of the objects in the green box were more or less distractions. One of them, for poor Agent Silver, was more than just a distraction.
What was going on? Can we have a what were the qualities of the various things in the box then?
Well, let's see. The ones that you didn't figure out. You had the comic book strip on the roll.
Yes.
If you had, it was a cylinder, and if you had held it in your hand and started reading the strip as you went like this, what you would have discovered is the strip just kept continuing and continuing and continuing, and it seemed to go on endlessly as you turned it, which would have cost you a sanity loss the longer you did this. If you'd have taken it and inked it and rolled it out, the same thing. You could have rolled it forever and the comic strip would have kept going. But that's really all there was to it.
Cool.
The head with the axe.
Yes. I definitely want to know that.
The head with the axe. The only thing that would have happened that would have been really cool is if you had actually gotten it outside. If it had gotten away from you and gotten out the window, you would have simply seen it fly up into the sky and disappear into the darkness, and you would never know what the hell happened.
Dang it.
Some of the other things, the axe, the pick that was from the Starkweather Moor thing. That's all there really was to it. You don't really know what it was, or the objects that were wrapped in plastic that were some sort of life form that were designed in the shape of Greek and Roman letters.
Yeah, the meat letters.
Yeah, the meat letters. Yeah, just sounded really cool. Really, like I say, these were all distractions.
What about the violin?
The violin. Yeah, you pretty much. That's what the violin does.
So what were the list of names and very detailed descriptions of hands? What was that about?
Just very list of hands. These were all objects that were just freaking weird. Yeah.
Oil paintings and old photographs.
The old paintings and photographs of somebody who looks like they might be Delta Green agents, but they've been around for hundreds of years.
Yeah.
Yeah, they gave me a list of 10 different things that were in the green box. The only one to the story that was important was the ammo box that was empty and the story about La Amante, the creature. There were a lot of clues in that story, though, that you could have used to help you identify where the creature was. In the story, the authorities basically they knew about these creatures. They rounded up all the orgy people, and the guy cut himself. And what he was looking for was sexual arousal, which he found in the woman.
Oh, yeah, we completely forgot that, didn't we? Yeah.
Because when she showed that, then he knew she was infected.
And he killed her.
And they immediately killed her. What he didn't realize was that there were more of these things in the trees that attacked. The creature, Elamante, is the big creature. It has, we've described it, gorilla-like arms. Its appendage breaks off and goes down the throat, and there are tentacles that reach into the nervous system and begin to control the person. And the creature itself is somewhat psychic. So once the person is infected, the creature can kind of control the person and make them go out and infect other people. And it controls them with pleasure and pain, which somehow it manages to do. You had actually managed to kill all of the adults. Had the one that got up into the tree gotten away from you, it would have gone to the Memorial High School because it was the closest thing with warmth. They don't like the cold. Fortunately, it didn't get there. So all of that, I was just having fun with you guys, trying to make it as creepy as possible. But there was nothing there. What had happened was the tree fell on the green box. Skip Mills went there. He got infected because the penis thing was still alive. Somehow it survived all these years. It had gotten out of the box when the box got crushed, and it had infected him. Now, Skip Mills is kind of heroic in this story because he was a good, upright person who loved his mom and all of that. Once he was infected, he murdered his mother because he couldn't help himself. But that affected him. That affected him to the point where he had to control the damn thing. So he discovered that if he turned the music up really loud, it confused it. And he found that if he could surround himself with pornographic and violent material, he could keep it somewhat under control. Which that's why he sequestered himself in there and just kept to himself. Hopefully he would find some way to cure it. He couldn't. Once you walked in the door, he lost all control. He couldn't control it anymore.
What about the mother, though? It looked like
he tried. He tried very hard. And he was infected when he went to work. The lady at work, I forget what her name was, Tanya Cambria. She said that he gave her the weirdest look and then said he needed to go home sick. He was very tempted in attacking her, but he was struggling with it. So he did the best to struggle with it. I was hoping, I had you guys roll some luck rolls without giving you any explanation. That was so that if one of you actually encountered Elamante, it was going to infect you. it was going to jam that thing down your throat. It was going to break off.
Mm-hmm.
And you would not remember that it had happened. You would wake up on the ground, coming back to consciousness with a little of that yellow goo on your face. And you would maybe suspect that something had happened, but you wouldn't want to tell anybody. Agent Chemist was never infected. But I sort of fostered the idea that he might be.
What?
Because I wanted to see where you would go.
What
I
about
didn't expect him to become suddenly violent. Let's cut this thing open and do this. I was like, oh crap. Excellent.
I have a question.
I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah.
I was like this close to killing Chemist. Just
I know
about.
you were. At this point, you'd now be finding out he was completely innocent.
Mm-hmm.
You had a question?
I was just gonna say, what about the mom? Looked like she had burst open from the inside.
Yes. What happens is once the cedar, that's what we'll call the penis thing, once it latches on, it both drains blood and pumps the yellow goo in, and it basically causes the person's own body to transform and become an Elemante. It takes about 2 days for it to happen, but the person eventually bursts open, and the large version of the creature with the arms is born, and over the course of a few days, as it eats, it ate the dogs. It partially ate the Decatur family. It develops into an adult, at which point it can then also infect people with its penis thing.
Okay.
So it's almost like the alien cycle. It's the adult infects the cedar. The cedar then tries to infect other people. And,
All right.
Was there anything we could have done to rescue Agent Silver?
No, Agent Silver. Something happened to Agent Silver, and Bill is aware of what it is, but that might come up in another episode sometime.
Oh, okay.
That's up to who knows. Unless Agent Silver wants to tell us.
Well, we have the epilogue of what happened. Tom and I, we know what happened to Agent Silver. I just don't know, do we want to share it and kind of tie this episode up with a nice little bow?
No.
Or leave it out there. Leave it out there.
Leave it out there.
All right, cool.
Okay, we'll leave it out there.
I want to know, but I don't want spoilers.
All right.
Brave
Well,
Agent Silver.
that was probably the most disgusting scenario that we've ever run so far. All right, so let's end it there.
Did Filigree, I assume he was approached by Delta Green. Did Filigree agree to join?
I don't know. Did he?
Sure.
Okay, just curious.
Okay.
Welcome to the.
He's got a taste. He's got a taste for it now.
A taste
I
for it.
like this. I like it.
It's like, all right, let's finish this thing out. Our players included Lucas Glasshauer, Corey Heisted, Bill Mize, Mick Swan, Jeff Wilkins, and Wayne Worthy, with yours truly as the Keeper of the Secrets. Our musical intro, Digital Bark, was composed by Kevin MacLeod and is used royalty-free under a Creative Commons Attribution license. We're currently producing 4 shows a week with music and sound effects added in post-production in order to create a richer listener experience. We provide audio-only versions of our shows free for you to download from Podbean or iTunes. Patrons of our show can now enjoy recordings of our pre- and post-game conversations. Some of the funniest and most interesting stuff occurs before and after the show. If you'd like to become a patron, visit our Patreon account. Just $1 or $2 a month helps us a lot. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel for updates on our latest shows, and leave us some comments. We love hearing from you. This is Tom Rayleigh, together with all the members of our gaming club, inviting you to journey with us once again into the darkness for another adventure into the universe of H.P. Lovecraft and the Call of Cthulhu role-playing game. Until next time, good luck and good gaming.